Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and this is currently my Manchester United versus Brighton preview, for the game on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff at Old Trafford. And basically it is a must-win game for Manchester United because, we're coming from, into this game, suffering a 1-0 defeat to Basel Wednesday night. But we did perform fantastic well last time out in the Premier League, with a convincing 4-1 victory, over Newcastle United. Pogba got a goal in that. Pogba got an assist in that as well. Martial got a goal in that. Lukaku scored in that. He scoring his first goal in 7 games as well. But basically now, your Manchester United have got Pogba back from long-term injury, Ibrahimovic back from long-term injury, and Marcus Rojo from long-term injury as well. And he's back now, is Marcus Rojo. And I thought, yesterday against Basel, I thought he had a fantastic game. But I thought the Basel defeat is very, very bad, considering we have played fantastically well, in the Champions League. We've had 4 wins, now 1 defeat, 10 goals scored, 2 goals now conceded in the process. But considering we only needed a point, to qualify, we still need a point, to get into the knockout stage of the Champions League, which starting February as well. I still think we should be all right. We've got 12 points. We've still got Moscow to play at home, but it was a disappointing result because I thought first half, Manchester United we were in cruise control of the game. First half, we had quite a few decent chances, and I think Manchester United hit the post. I think we had the woodwork twice. One through Max Rojo, one from Antonio Martial as well. I think, did it come off Fellaini with that cross that time? Not quite sure, but it hit the post. Martial had a few chances of his own. Fellaini had quite a few chances. I thought Pogba, did fantastically well, in the midfield in the first half, especially, did Paul Pogba, but overall, first half, a fantastic performance. Manchester United looked energetic, looked organised, looked good on the ball, holding the ball well, passing the ball very, very well as well. But I thought, especially Daley Blind's and Damian's crossing was woeful in the game yesterday as well. But first half were absolutely fantastic, and then, second half, Basel come out and perform. The momentum's, gone into Basel. The confidence then started growing into Basel, and they started to play, did Basel, and we basically were sat back and we didn't really cause Basel much of a threat in the second half, and Basel had a lot of chances. Sergio O'Meara had quite a few saves to make as well, and we did concede a lot of free kicks in the second half, and they had a lot of they got a set piece and especially got a lot of free kicks, in dangerous positions did Basel, and they did mount the pressure up as well, and we looked bad at the back. We looked unnecessary at the back, especially in the second half as well, and Basel put the pressure on. It resulted on them getting a late winner through Michael Lamb, but really it shouldn't have happened, because when that cross got played in, Daley Blind should have tracked down, and Daley Blind should have done better. But we do lose that game, but hopefully that defeat will not knock the confidence out of us, really. I hope it doesn't knock the confidence out of us now. We've just got to forget about it, focus now on the league, because that's mainly important, because we still sit, how many points are we sitting behind Manchester City? I think it's 8 points now. Yeah, we're sitting 8 points behind Manchester City, so we've got to, start playing, properly. And as I said, this season, in the Premier League, we started off fantastically well. And then, since injuries have basically kicked in, we haven't really performed that well when the injuries kicked in. I said since Liverpool, the performances have not been the best. As we all know, and even the Newcastle game, we started off the first half and now we was on the back foot in that game as well. So we invited Newcastle forward a lot in that game as well. But we did set the forms up. That was good in that game. But the Basel game, first half we good. Second half, Manchester United were very, very poor. I think we were non-existent. I don't think we was in the game at all. In the second half, but good news is, the Carabao Cup, we're in the quarterfinals of that, looking like we're going to get to knockouts Champions League, and plus, in the Premier League, we are still in the title race. We're 8 points behind, but there's still a long way to go as well. But it was disappointing losing to Basel, because you wouldn't have thought it would have happened that really. But anyway, going into this game, it's Manchester United Brighton Old Trafford, and I said, considering going into this game, our record, at least in the last few years and stuff, hasn't been good against newly promoted teams, as we've seen this season. Against newly promoted teams, we've got a poor record. We lost to Huddersfield this season. At Huddersfield, lost to them. That was a new promoted team. It happened with Burnley back in 2009, or was it 2010? It happened with Bournemouth a couple of years ago. We lost to a new promoted side then. So Manchester United we do lose a lot to new promoted sides, but that's usually away from home that happens, but then we do beat them at home. But the Brighton game's at home, so you should presume it should be a Manchester United win the process. But Brighton this season, you know, are doing pretty well, to be fair. You know, the new promoted side, Brighton, they're sitting 9th in the league, and they've played 12 games in the Premier League so far this season. They've won 4, they've lost 4, they've scored 13 goals, they've conceded 13 goals, and they have kept 4 clean sheets of Brighton over Albion. I think last time out did their draw 2-2 with Stoke, Brighton. Going to get a bit more detail, and they've got quite a few players that are hitting form of They've got quite a few players that are hitting form Brighton over Albion. We'll just have a look going into this game. Just going to have a look now. But straight into the Basel game, you know, even Marina's just said we should have been 5-0 up at half-time, you know, consider the amount of chances we had. Yeah, we'll get into the game now. Let's have a look. The Brighton full detail of this game. Yeah, Brighton did draw 2-2 last time out. We've Stoke, but now we're into the game. Let's just have a look at Brighton's last 5. So Brighton in the last 5 have drawn, won, drawn. So they haven't lost in their last 5 games of Brighton. So that's very, very impressive, you know, from their perspective as well. And they are doing too bad, to be quite fair, you know, Brighton over Albion. So the last 5 they've drawn, won, and drawn of Brighton Hove Albion as well. So let's have a look. Let's just have a look at that. So let's have a look. So yeah, you've got Brighton's stats here. The last 5, you know, as I said, they've drawn with Stoke. Draw with Stoke, you know, won at Swansea as well, weren't there? Oh, it keeps going off. It's getting on my nerves a little bit. Won at Swansea, drew with Southampton, won at West Ham 3-0, drew with Everton, and then lost to Arsenal. So they're unbeaten in their last 5 games. So the last game they lost was Arsenal, Brighton, Hove Albion. So Brighton here have got, you know, they've got Murray, that's on 4 goals this season. They've got, what's his name? What's his name there? I can't even pronounce his name. But yeah, Murray's got 4 goals to them. Pascal Grob. What does that say? Pascal Grob. Yeah, I think that's one of their signings that they made it back in June. Brighton. Pascal Grob he's got 3 goals this season, and he's produced 5 assists for Brighton as well. So Brighton have got Murray and Pascal Grob hitting form for them, especially if Brighton Hove Albion. So they could really be a danger to the Manchester United team. But his key pass is very, very good. His tactical set piece is good. His holding on to balls very, very good. Is this Pascal Grob's long shots good, crossing good, his concentration's good. So yeah, does look a decent player, you know, for Brighton Albion. He's 26 years of age, so he could be a danger as well. But as I said, this should be a Manchester United winner, as I said, because we are at home. We've been fantastic at home this season. You know, we've only conceded 1 goal at home in the Premier League this season. You know, Manchester United this season have scored, you know, 27 goals in the Premier League so far this season. We've scored 10 goals in the Champions League, so that's 37 goals there. We haven't conceded many, you know, still haven't conceded many. And, you know, in the Carabao Cup, we've scored, you know, that's 37 so far. 2 Swansea, 4 Burton. 43 goals all in all, I think Manchester United have scored so far this season. Manchester United have hit 43 goals, 27 in the Premier League, 10 in the Champions League, and, you know, 4 against Burton and 2 against Swansea. So we've hit about 43 goals in all competitions, but definitely an improvement from last season, because we wasn't scoring a lot of goals, but this, you know, we wasn't conceding a lot of goals, but this season we're scoring a lot of goals, but we're not conceding, you know, a lot of goals as well. So yeah, that's a good statistic to update you on. Let's have a look. So just give you a bit of statistics on the game. This will be, it says, this will be the top flight meeting between these sides since March 1983 when we drew 1-1 at Old Trafford. Brighton won only one of their 16 meetings in all competitions against us. With that sole victory coming in a home game in November 1982. This will be the 82nd different fixture to have been played in both the Premier League and as an FA Cup final. Manchester United's only home defeat against a team in their debut Premier League season came in 1996-97, losing 3-2 against Derby. Indeed, the Red Devils have won their last 8. Sorry guys about that, something come up. The Red Devils have won their last 80 Premier League games against sides in their debut Premier League season. And then you got Manchester United are now 38 games unbeaten at home in all competitions. So we're now 38 games unbeaten at home in all competitions. We haven't suffered a defeat at Old Trafford since losing 2-1 to Manchester City in September 2016. So we haven't lost at Old Trafford since we lost a 2-1 to Manchester City back in September 2016. Jose Mourinho's side, 26 points have made their best start to a Premier League season since 2012-2013. 27 points from 12 games. The Red Devils' final season under Alex Ferguson and also their final Premier League title win. We have kept clean sheet in half 25 of our 50 Premier League matches since the start of last season, more than any other side. Postal Grob has been directly involved in 62% of Brighton's 13 Premier League goals this season, 3 goals, 5 assists, as I did say. The second highest ratio in the division after Tammy Abraham at Swansea, 71%. This could be Romelu Lukaku's 5th Premier League appearance against Brighton. This could be Romelu Lukaku's 1st Premier League appearance against Brighton over Albion, and opportunity for him to score against the 25th different team in the competition. Antonio Martial has been involved in 7 Premier League goals this season, 5 goals, 2 assists, despite playing only 374 minutes, averaging a goal involved every 53 minutes. So there's just the statistics for this game. So Man United presumably got a good record, and as we all know, we're now unbeaten 38 games at Old Trafford, so we're nearly 40 games now unbeaten at Old Trafford, and we haven't lost at Old Trafford since City beat us 2-1 back in September 2016 as well. So the record at Old Trafford's been absolutely phenomenal. Especially, so I do think Man United are going to, win this game. Just a few things to update you with as well. I think Valencia is going to be playing in this game, in my opinion. Ashley Young's going to be playing in this game, in my opinion, because Ashley Young's been definitely our advanced left back. Valencia is going to be definitely playing in this game because Valencia didn't play against Basel. It was Darmian in Valencia's position. The left back, who did we play at left back now in... Who was it we played at left back in the Basel game now, if I can remember? Who was it now? Who was the left back we played now? Can't remember rightly. I forgot who we played at left back. Come to memory, I forgot. You ever think? Oh, it was Marcus Rojo, that's it. Sorry, silly me. Yeah, it was Marcus Rojo that played at left back. And I thought he put a fantastic performance in. But he's saying now in the press, maybe it's looking like that Valencia is going to play in this Brighton game. So too is Ashley Young, because Valencia didn't play against Basel. Neither did Ashley Young, as we all know. But yeah, I think he will be rotating it a little bit differently. Manchester United, I think we've still got Phil Jones out, so he's unlikely to feature. Bailey could be still in doubt as well, because he's been injured as well. Obviously, Carrick's still out, as we all know as well, so he could be still in doubt for this game. But as we all know, we've got Ibra, available. Ibra, but he's not going to be guaranteed for City football week in, week out now. As we all know, Lukaku was ahead of him. We've got Rojo back now, which is good to see. And, Paul Pogba's back now, which is very, very good to see as well. So at least we've got these players that are injured, they have now recovered from injury, which is very, very good news indeed. So anyway, We're now unbeaten in 38 games in all competitions at Old Trafford. Haven't lost since, the Manchester Derby back in 2016. So I presume it should be an easy Manchester United win. So my prediction is 3-0 for Manchester United. So, but Brighton haven't not had a bad start. They're sitting 9th in the table of Brighton. Yeah, haven't had a bad start. Played 12, won 4 games, lost 4 games, drawn 4 games. I think they've drawn 4 games, I think they've scored 13 goals, as I said. So, yeah. So, anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe. Subscribe as always. And the head-to-heads between these two, there's been 2 wins there's been 2 draws, actually, and no wins. Yep. So, yeah. That's basically everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe, as always. And take it easy. And I'll see you guys all later. Take care. Bye.